Alright. This is Jogs here. Essentially, what was being asked is how you can stream to multiple places. It was Twitch and TikTok. But essentially, you'll have one source that is kind of for more for desktop, a mobile friendly TikTok kind of way. And the specific point that was being asked was how do we do this with one webcam? So first of all, for anybody concerned about messing up what they currently have, common concern I worry about all the time. Just because you get everything set up, it's working, you don't want to mess it up. So what you can do to easily test something, get a different setup, or even if you just want a different setup, is just add a scene. So you add a scene. I've already done that for tutorial. Comes up as blank. Everything's new. You can mess with anything in here, and I always default back to your other setup. Super simple and easy. That way you don't have to worry about it. Same with TikTok. Just do the add a scene. You get a whole blank slate. TikTok gives you kind of options of templates. Scroll to the bottom, just do blank. So that gives you the ability to mess with things without fear of ruining it, and then you can just go back to your old scene. There we go. Okay, so they're just here. Blank one, blank. So brief overview, real quick. Initial setup. So most people probably already have this setup, but basically you want to set up your OBS. So this kind of highlights the point though of the issues. So essentially with inputs, especially video inputs, basically you can use them from one source, and they don't like to be shared with to other sources. So like for example, if I try to go and add, my Elgato capture card over here in TikTok, it wouldn't like it. It would show a blank screen. Similar to my webcam. Sometimes webcams let you do multiple, often they don't. So if you try and add a second source, it will end up, just being blank on them. So select my webcam, it doesn't like to do it. It won't let me select it. Similarly, if I try to add my capture card, it would do the same thing. So that's the dilemma. So the first and easiest solution is you do a virtual camera. So essentially what it's doing is it's projecting an extra video source that is showing exactly what's on here that I can now add over here in TikTok Studio. So I do add source. I do a camera. We'll select OBS, virtual camera. So for some reason it flipped it. Just do a flip. Add source. Alright. So now we have our source added. You see, if we're doing like a mobile preview, obviously this is going to be a little, just a little thing up here. I do expand it out. You can kind of pick how big. Like I said, I usually have it where my character is centered. So that way when I'm playing, you can see, the most important stuff. So, just like the other things, if I went to add another source, so if I go here, I see it won't let me select. To work around that is I go back over here and I do a projector. So you do full screen or windowed, either way. So got a full screen. The reason I want a full screen is because that's going to give me the best quality here when I use it as a source. Right, OBS and TikTok. And then in the background is my full screen projector. So then what I do is I'm going to add another source, and this time we're going to do this window capture. So what you're going to do is you're going to capture that full screen projector right here. Full screen projector source. Add source. And then kind of behind here. Now we have a source that's showing, our output from over here. So what that allows us to do, what I'm going to do is I can shift these around, right? And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring that one up here, this one down here. So this is now going to be my camera source, right? And then what I can actually do here is I can actually crop this. So I can go to crop and click out. So now I essentially have a webcam source. So then I like to, just kind of fit it in the window however you want. You can also do things, I've seen people, put it up top. You can put yourself up top. You can overlay yourself, on top of this. One thing you can have is sometimes you'll lose a source. So like, oh, it goes away. All you need to do is, send it back. Kind of like with, PowerPoint or Word or whatever. So that's essentially it. So now you have your two sources. Like I said, you can move them, position however you want, and you have more, of a kind of mobile friendly layout. Another good thing is always check this so you can kind of see. I feel like it overdoes the chat a little bit. The chat usually doesn't come up this high, but it just kind of shows you like when things pop up, if you're actually live, what it'll look like. So always a good thing to check. The last thing that is unfortunately always one of the most tricky things to get set up. So the quickest, easiest way. So obviously this one is capturing my mic. So mic inputs often can be duplicated, so that one actually works fine. So yeah, what's a little bit more tricky is getting game sound capture or alert capture or anything like that. So the easiest way I've found to do it is once you go back to your OBS, go into your advanced audio programs. So basically, you want to get in here. So these are currently monitor off, so they are not outputting any sound to my setup. What you can do though is change them to monitor and output, and you're gonna find audio. So on audio, you have monitoring device. So what you want to do is you want to change this to something other than your speakers. If you want sounds to come through your speakers for other things, so like notifications or whatever, or you can leave it on your speakers. And if you don't want the sound to play through your speakers while you're streaming, you just go down the little sound bar. I don't have mine because this is my main, but your little sound option, you literally just mute it. So it will still be passing an output to your speakers, but it'll be muted. One way to do it, or like I said, one way I've found is you pick another microphone type source that you're not using. So I have Voicemeeter installed. I don't use it currently. You can also find things like usually your computer has a bunch of types of microphones saved. So what you're going to do is you're going to say your monitoring device is a microphone. So essentially what that does is it's sending an audio signal to a device that can't play an audio signal. So microphones don't make sound, they receive sound. So if you send an audio signal to it, it's not going to do anything. To show that, apply. Alright, so you can hear game sound is coming through. I switch over to this one, hit apply, and that sound goes away. Hit OK, and then what we're going to do is come over to TikTok. But essentially, your voice meter or your audio, and you're just going to change one of those to be what you picked. Like I said, this one. So if I save that, it's going to, you see it has a little sound bar there. Little bar is going, so that tells me that I am getting audio. So I got mic audio, game audio, everything's in TikTok, everything's in OBS. Send it to where you want, go live at the same time, don't have to pay for anything. So that's my hopefully quick tutorial, and let me know comments if you have questions. Find me on Discord. I love helping people out. If there's anything else you want to know about, how to get streaming straight from a console, how to do simple streaming setups, how to get access to things, let me know. I'm always happy to help. And with that, drop a follow, and we'll see you next time.